What is going on, YouTube? This is your boy Jordan JC back again on the ATS Report. I know it's been a minute. I've been a little under the weather. Of course, I've been having obligations to the Chicago Bears Breeze. Please go follow that channel over there. I'm doing big things on that channel. Subscribe. And also, of course, I'm on the Windy City Breeze channel as part of their team. So please subscribe to that as well. They're doing big things over there as well. About over 26,000 subscribers now. So we're just growing the community and want you to be a part of that as well. But of course, please continue to subscribe to the ATS Report. About 95% of you all are viewing and watching the channel. I appreciate the love, but please, the biggest thing that you can do for me is pressing that subscribe button so that you can be up to date with all the content I have. But today, I wanted to just touch on something briefly because I was sitting here watching the Ravens versus the Texans game, and then at halftime, I believe Adam Schefter was being brought in, and he was told that Jim Harbaugh, who was at the game to obviously support his brother during the Ravens game, is or has been interviewed by the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. And the reason why I want to get on here and just speak on this briefly is because it's very interesting to me when we're talking about the offensive coordinator search that the Bears are really doing a meticulous job of just going through every little thing, leaving no stone unturned. They're going left and right for all of these different candidates, whether it be Cliff Kingsbury, Clint Kubiak, Greg Roman, Liam Cohen, Shane Waldron, Thomas Brown, whatever the case may be, they are doing their due diligence to bring in the best available talent and the right person for the job to elevate this organization. And I just was thinking, well, why in the world did they not do the exact same thing for head coach? And because now that Jim Harbaugh is taking interviews with all of these different teams, it makes me just wonder, did they drop the ball or miss out on Jim Harbaugh? And the reason why I say that is because if you noticed, me and P Kid, we were on the daily live show yesterday on Windy City Breeze. Go check that out if you haven't. And one of the topics that we had touched on was the fact that Mel Kiper might have mentioned, whether or not it's true or not, but he did bring it out that maybe Atlanta is in a situation where they can trade their number 8 pick possibly for someone like a Justin Fields. And it made me think that if Justin Fields just so happens to, this is hypothetical, of course, but just so happens to be paired with a Jim Harbaugh, that was the ideal relationship or connection that I actually wanted, which is the reason why I really wanted the Bears to do a lot of their vetting when it came to the head coach. As soon as the offseason started, I knew that Lou Getsy was going to be gone, but I also thought that Matt Eberflus, even though he did a good job of kind of bringing along this defense in the later half of the season, and the talent level got better, their consistency got better with just how they played as well. I don't think that he was given. I don't think that he did enough to warrant not having other coaches at least be interviewed for the position before they just automatically said, "We're going to give it to you, Matt," and move forward. I get the whole idea of having some sort of continuity in the building and seeing how they can continue to build off what they did in the latter part of the season. But I just feel like when you have certain people available in the offseason, as I've mentioned before, I've gone down the list many times. Vrabel, Bill Belichick is on the market as well. He's even interviewed for the Atlanta position. I mean, when you have all-time greats and people who just won college championships and have been successful in the NFL like Harbaugh, I feel like you're not doing yourself the greatest. You're doing yourself a disservice of not allowing these guys to come into the building. Now, whether or not it was an issue of him and Kevin Mooring butting heads, I said this yesterday. I feel like if that was the case in them not allowing him to at least get an interview, that can be very unprofessional, and you probably or might have missed out on a chance to get someone who could coach up this team a little bit better or way better than I think Matt Eberflus could ever do it. And that's just because of the resume and the track record that he's already had on different levels, NFL and college. So I just thought that it was interesting that now that he's not allowing himself to fully commit to Michigan and that he's taking these interviews with the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons, I feel like the Bears kind of missed out on a chance to really bring him in the building and see what he can bring to this team, what his ideas are on the trajectory of this team, what he wants to do as far as the culture. Those are questions I would have asked. If you're doing all of this research and in-depth analysis on all of these offensive coordinator candidates. Why couldn't you do that with the head coach? So just kind of wanted to harp on that a little bit. That's my little venting session, but I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on that because I just found it pretty interesting that that was reported, and I wanted to see how you guys feel about Jim Harbaugh. Do you think that he would have been a really good candidate? Would you have wanted Jim Harbaugh if we were still up for a head coach, if that position was still technically open to being filled? And how do you think he would have impacted? And then going forward, do you think that maybe if he does get the Atlanta job, could that potentially mean maybe Justin Fields is going to Atlanta in a trade-off? Whatever the case may be, let me hear what you got to say. I'll be down there with you in the comment section. And as always, show some class on this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video with others. I'll see you guys on the next ATS Report.